All right, we are live. What's up, everybody?
What is up, YouTube?
Yeah, we are going to have Luke Pulscher on here in a minute. He's going to be the master ref that is certifying everybody. And he is going to give the rundown on everything, the ins and outs. We'll have a whole bunch of questions. And we will get the details everybody's wondering about. So, that being said, let me set this up. Got the chat up, Trent?
What's up?
You got the chat up?
No, I can go inside and click on the laptop real quick. I'm almost done in here.
I got you.
I'll pull it up.
We'll let a few people build up in here. I'm going to send Luke the link in a second.
I'm trying to get ready for all these strong 176s in Florida.
Yes, yes. My dog's coming for the money. What up, Mark Mitch? All right, let me let's see, we need Chance to. All right, let's see. We got this out to quite a few people. I'll put it on one of the groups too, see if any of these guys want to hop in. Then we'll throw it on the Jack's page too. All right. Yeah, it's blowing up too, Trent. We got a bunch of announcements. The biggest one is this referee seminar that we're going to talk about today. So we're going to come out with the details. Luke will kind of be able to tell everybody that's got a bunch of questions what's going on. David Rutherford, what's up? David's in the chat.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up. Give me one second. I'll pull it up on the laptop. I already got you on my phone, so I'm not going to leave the podcast and try to come back on.
Guys, this channel's been booming. We're at 165 subscribers, blowing up. We only got about 300 arm wrestlers max in Florida. So that means we got about half of all the guys already subscribing to it, watching it, checking it daily. So I think we're going to hit 500 or 1,000 before the end of the month. This is a fun channel. We're having a bunch of cool people on. Travis was at the house last night hanging out. I should have did a little show, but Trent, so that link I sent you worked?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. You got Luke Pulscher on Facebook?
No, I don't. I mean, I might. Hell, I don't know. I can get my laptop and connect to what it needs to connect to.
Let's hope he can connect.
I gotta let my laptop restart real quick. It's being dumb.
Hold on one second.
All right.
Let's see. I think they'll get it. Weird, man. Sometimes people have a problem with the link. Sometimes they don't. Yeah, so I probably hit a button or a period or something when I sent it the first time.
Yeah, knowing you probably messed it up.
All right, I think I'm on.
Yeah, you are. I think you're joining. What are you driving right now? You might not have the best of signal.
I'm driving. Signal should be okay.
That's okay. Yeah. So we don't have any video of you right now, but it's okay if you can't connect with video. We just have a black screen as of now.
Yeah, my car is telling me that if I'm driving, it won't allow video.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's cool, man.
Nobody wants to see me anyway.
We've had that. We've had this talks in the works for whatever past couple weeks, a month or so, bringing you down to to certify some guys and or at least to test some guys. And we pretty much want to make the public announcement today. We want to put the offer out. We're going to have very limited spots. And then, we've got a couple guys here that I've invited to hop on the show. That might ask you a few questions, some of their things, and because there's a ton of questions that I just cannot answer for people. And that being said, it's all going to happen. We're going to do hopefully one the night before on Friday, and then one the day of during the amateur weigh-ins, Saturday morning,
Okay.
February 4th.
I got the chat up.
Awesome. So do you want to give us a rundown, Luke, on just the process of how someone becomes certified? What is certification?
Yeah. So I mean, really what people need to do is they need to understand the rules before they come, right? So, and we're testing on WAF rules. And if people don't know where to access those rules, they can access the rules at armrefs.com. All the major organization rules are up there. The IFA, WAF, UAL, USAA, USAF, all those different rule sets are up on that site. Kind of an easy spot to go and find them. I formatted the rules as best I could to be easy to follow when I put them up on the site.
Is this your site?
It is. Yep. I run the ArmRef site. All the goal of that site is just a site for a promoter or somebody to be able to go to find certified referees that might be in their area or who might be close to bring in. The last couple of years with the sport growing, which has been fantastic, it just has become more and more apparent that there's just a ton of refereeing going on out there that is just subpar. And, part of it, I think, was, guys that wanted to put on tournaments and stuff didn't know how to find a qualified referee. So my goal was to make that easier. I think it's starting to work to some degree. There's more and more often when I see a bigger tournament listed, I start seeing people asking, well, who are the refs going to be? And, that was really my goal of the arm wrestlers. When the arm wrestlers demand good refs, promoters will get good refs. And so that's why I built that site. Doesn't cost anybody anything other than me to have the web domain. And I'm more than happy to carry that cost. So if you go on there and look, you'll find all kinds of certified referees across the country, what their certification levels are, how long they've been reffing. And then on another page is the rules and some protocols for promoters to understand too, that, if you have a bunch of junior referees, really junior referees shouldn't be head reffing matches. You should have a senior referee doing that. What is a senior referee? What is a master referee? So it kind of details those things out so people can start to navigate that a little bit and understand who they're getting. But as far as certification goes, like I said, you need to know the rules before you come to a certification or a clinic. It's certainly helpful to at least have a basic understanding of them. A lot of the clinic time is spent, going over what some of the rules are, certainly, and how to call them, but more how to be a good referee at the table. Positioning, where should you be standing if you're the top ref or the downside ref once a match starts? What should you be looking at? Where should your eyes be going? All those different things. Proper way to apply a strap, all that different stuff. Once we get through that part, which, that's a 45-minute section, maybe a little more. Hopefully there's good interaction between the people that are there and lots of questions. I mean, that makes everything better. Then we do written test, which I believe anybody that's coming to the seminar is actually going to have access to the test ahead of time. to look at those questions and maybe figure out how to answer them. And then once that part's done, then we do the actual practical at the table scenario testing. So it'll be myself and another individual at the table running through scenarios and seeing how well that person does. And if you get any level of certification, and then what level of certification that is.
Gotcha. And plug that site one more time, just so it's Armrefs.
Yep, armrefs.com.
Okay, you guys should check that out. You guys should be looking up the rules if you intend to go here and study.
Definitely.
We are paying out of pocket to have this guy come down. We're providing this. We're announcing right now, this is free. We are not going to charge for this. This is something the FAL is giving back to Florida. We are going to eat the cost for you to come get certified. I doubt ever in your history or anything you do, you will probably not find a moment where someone just gives you a free certification. So the spots are extremely limited. They're first come, first serve, but this is going to be something that, you know, if the FAL is around for 2 years, that this lasts for 10 years, 20 years, we got certified refs here. And so that's one of the biggest complaints, Luke, is that we have a good structure down here and we have some quality arm wrestlers, but our reffing is not strict at all.
Yeah, so it's a little weak.
Yeah, it's typically been pretty relaxed, and then the couple guys we do have that know what that are decent, they got the whole state on their back. So we want to bring some legitimacy to it. We want to get as many people as we can certified. But again, as far as I understand it, you have to pass this certification to get certified. He's not down here just handing it out. So it's going to be.
No, this isn't a show up and get something. If you're not good enough, you don't get certified.
Yeah.
And that's really important for people to understand, because, I have been approached by other organizations and said, hey, we need you to come certified refs. Great. Cover my expenses. I'll come down, run the clinic and test them. If they pass, they get a certification. Well, no, we need to be guaranteed we're going to get certifications. Yeah, no, not from me anyway. So, and none of the quality people out there that are certifying are going to do that. You've got to be good enough. And people need to understand that, first of all, reffing is thankless. I mean, good Lord, you're the most hated person at the event until the event's over. And it takes a lot of time and practice to get good at it. I mean, as we all know as competitors, there's a lot that goes on that table really, really quickly. And you've got to be able to know what you're looking for, when to look for it. You need to learn to see things in your peripheral vision. You need to understand the difference of knowing that something happened and seeing that something happened. Just knowing it happened isn't good enough. If Chance is going to bail out and intentionally slip, and I know that's what he did, but I didn't see an intentional slip, I'm not making the intentional slip call. You've got to see it to call it. And being able to put all those things together consistently, build your routine at the table so that you're setting up matches the same way every time. Not only is that good for the competitor, it's good for you as a referee to build those systems so that you're repeatable.
Yeah, consistency among reffing is one of the most important things. You typically have two choices, or you don't have a choice, but you end up on one of two tables. And when the ref is all over the place or making shit calls, dude, it ruins the experience. So, when we start getting into these larger entry tournaments, I want to make sure, each person gets as fair of a shake at it as they can. But that being said, I think we're going to have some success with our guys. We do have some decent refs, Trent, Dylan. We got some guys that are pretty devoted. I know Chance is going to be involved. And I've had quite a few people reach out, and I imagine right after this, they're going to reach out. The spots are extremely limited. For anybody in the chat, anything, everybody PM me. If you want in on this, it's a free chance to come down here, and it's the FAL's way to give back to Florida. If you end up out, some Alabama states might need a ref, and Glenn Brooks calls you, and hey, now you can go ref somewhere else, and just something that's going to carry on, add to your resume as an arm wrestler, as a just a guy in the community. But Chance,
You know, and to that, Brandon, I'll add there, being able to ref has more competitions in my career than if I wouldn't have been. When I was younger in the sport and didn't have the disposable income and things, the fact that I was a accredited referee, I was brought places and my expenses to get there were covered, and then I was still able to enter my weight class. And I mean, if you get certified and get to be a decent ref, it is a great way to help offset some of the costs that our sport has for us, because we all know that unless you're a YouTube sensation, you're not making your living from our sport. So anytime you can offset those costs and be able to travel more places and touch more hands, it's a good deal.
Yeah, and that being said, me and Chance want to make an announcement. The top 6 guys that are certified are going to be hired by the FAL for the entire season. We are doubling the head refs pay, doubling the down refs pay. Me and Chance talked about it. We'll discuss all that with everybody, but the top 6 guys will be hired for the 11 events if they would like, if they're choosing. So you want to get here, you want to be certified. If you are one of them guys that doesn't have a lot of disposable income, one of the younger guys, one of whatever, great way to offset the cost. Great way to show up, have a good time, not spend $1 or potentially make some money. So it's going to be important to study up on this. I hope we have 10 guys come in and or at the end we leave with 10 guys certified or something. That's like the goal I personally have. I think we're going to limit and round this off to 16 max is what we talked about as the limit. And this is first come, first serve. The first 6 spots are reserved by our FAL refs that we have already in place. Anybody that's helped out in the past, you guys have first dibs at a spot, but the remainder are open to the public. So, get in touch, whether you're a first timer or you've been arm wrestling 70 years like Chris Rusakis. I imagine he's going to want to get involved, right? He's going to want to sit in on the class and argue about how it used to be in 1983. But yeah, it's going to be good, man. This is another thing that's just going to level us up.
What time is the seminar starting?
So the seminar is going to be during the amateur weigh-ins from 8 to 10 Saturday morning. We are, as I understand it, Chance, I believe, is wanting to organize one the night before, a Friday night, depending upon interest, that'll happen. But the set plan is 8 to 10 a.m. Saturday morning. So the guys we'll pick our 6 and you guys will roll forward and get paid at the event. And, it will be off to the races from there. We'll have certified refs, hopefully, going into our very first event for the amateur, for the, and we'll be killing it from there. So show up early, make sure, we're going to start. How long is this process, Luke? It's about 2 hours, would you say?
Well, I mean, it depends on how many people we test. Just the seminar part is about 45 minutes to go through, how appropriate ways to ref and how to do different things at the table. The testing stuff is really, it's roughly about 10 minutes a person minimum, to run people through the scenarios. So, if you've got 16 people, that's 160 minutes.
Yeah. So we're not here. The other thing too is we are not under an extreme time crunch. As we are just going to be starting the amateur class right there. So if we run an hour over with the seminar or whatever, we want to make sure we get it, but we are limiting it to around 16 people. And, I hope we get 16 guys certified. I don't think that might not be the case. That might be 100% passing and getting a higher level. As he was explaining it, depending upon how you do is the level that you are certified at. Will these guys be featured on your website as certified refs following this seminar?
Yep. Anybody that's certified and I have their information, I put them on my site.
Okay. Yeah, so man, this is a great resource. If you have any interest in it, you guys should reach out. Team Jacks, if you guys know anybody, if any of y'all are watching this, you guys need to tell Chuck Westbury, tell everybody. I know a lot of people have been messaging me. My inbox is blowing up right now. But you can sign up through me or Chance Shaw, and it is limited to 6 teams. 6 spots are reserved for the FAL refs that helped in 2022. And, the other 10 are to the public. So reach out. We'll get you guys locked in, but it's going to be February 4th from 8 a.m. to 10. So if you're late and you miss it, I don't know if there will ever be another chance. I don't know if we'll ever need to fly, him in again. So make it a priority. If it's something you're interested in, we're giving it to you for free. And you have any questions, anything that people have been asking you, Chance?
No, nothing so much other than when is it going to be, which we've already answered. How much is it going to cost, which we've answered. It's going to be free. 16 spots, like Brandon said. I mean, if you're interested at all about becoming a certified ref and making an extra couple bucks, there's no reason not to get certified. Just show up a little bit earlier to the tournament you're already going to be at, and go through the seminar and get certified.
You guys are amazing for putting something like this together. I mean, not only the events themselves, but to offer something like this to people that have been in the game for a while or even newcomers is astronomical. It's not a lot of people, I don't think, really understand the opportunity that you're offering. And hats off to you guys for being able to pull something like this together, and greatly appreciate, the opportunity. I would love to say I'm going to be one of those 16, but that timing just may be a crunch because y'all know I got all the pups at the house. So I'll do what I can to make it, but I can't make no promises on that one.
Yeah, thanks, man. We're trying to do the most that we can to give back to the arm wrestling community, specifically the Florida arm wrestling community. Obviously Brandon and I have been part of it for combined, I don't know, quite a long time. So it's nice to get into a position where not only we can try to up the level of events, we can up the level and to give back to the Florida arm wrestling community.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we're raising the standard of Florida arm wrestling. It's cool. This is going to benefit the FAL directly, but this will carry on afterwards. It's going to benefit whoever does it personally, as well as the community as a whole. It's just going to be another thing that people can't hate on us. They can't criticize us. And we're refining our rough edges. Every time we do something like this, we're getting a little more polished, a little bit more of a professional product. And these are the things that are the difference between, some barnyard, trailer park looking shit or money tour. So, I'd love to have it where, like me and Chance said, they got you in the damn chair with a massage therapist rubbing hands, but like, fuck, we take it to the sky, right? But it's small stuff like this that's the first step. And I mean, I see reached out already 3 of the 10 public spots are already filled. So,
And guys, when this isn't, you say this is a small thing that you guys can do. This isn't a small thing at all. This is huge. I mean, Chance cornered me at the Monster Factory and said, "Hey, what will it take to get you to come down and do this?" And I'm pretty easy. I mean, cover my travel and I'm good. So I'm pretty cheap when it comes to that. Outside of the fact I live in the middle of nowhere, so flying isn't cheap for me. And, taking time out of my schedule to come down and fit this in for you guys, which I'm happy to do, and FAL picking up the tab and not charging the guys that want to come to the referee seminar. And this is a huge deal for the FAL to organize this and get a master referee that's credentialed to be able to certified refs to come down and do this for you guys. So, any of you guys that are listening, even if you're not sure you want to be a referee, but you think you might, and if there's an open spot, if nothing else, understanding the rules and everything better makes you a better arm wrestler. I constantly find it mind-boggling how many of our high-level arm wrestlers don't know the freaking rules. It baffles me.
And on that note, guys, there are custom FAL ref shirts too, that you will get with the season if you are hired. We haven't shown them yet. Chance, I wanted to ask something. Is there anybody in the entire state that is a certified ref?
I think Artem is junior certified.
Okay.
I think.
And what, in WAM?
Maybe Luke knows better.
Yeah, Artem is a junior ref, and John
Wilson.
is,
yeah.
I believe, a senior referee with USAA.
The problem is he can't see a goddamn thing, so his referee. No, I love John. He is actually, I would say, our probably was our best active ref for a while. He quit ref in the past 2 years. So yeah, so guys, we might go from 1 or 2 guys to a dozen, 15 certified refs in the state. You know, I don't know if there's any other states that have 10 certified refs, but you know, we're going from 0 to 100. We're going to go from essentially a mockery of arm wrestling rules and reffing. And we personally like this Florida style to a degree, but we understand that, you know, the quality needs to be raised. But, you know, to have 10 refs, 7, 8 potential, whatever, man, it's going to be a huge asset. Most states like us only have 1 or 2 guys, you know. So if we got a pool we can pick from, I mean, it's just another thing. Florida's got a little bit more value.
The greatest perk that I see with all of this is the few times that, you know, I was able to travel outside of state. For instance, when I went over to Missouri, the one thing that my buddy told me, he was like, listen, man, I know you guys got like wild style, you know, a lot of things kind of fly. None of that is going to rock up here or in a lot of the northern states that you go to. You know, just watch the way the tournaments go, peep how all the refereeing's going, because a lot of what you get away with in Florida is going to be the reason you either foul out or you get booted off the table. So having this transition is actually going to help us become a hell of a lot more well-rounded when we do find ourselves being able to travel outside of the states. It's not going to be so much of a shell shock when someone's like, hey, you know, that ain't going to fly. Hey, you can't do that. And, you know, so that's another part about it.
Luke, when was the last time you went to a Florida tournament?
Well, you were there.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there for a very short amount of time. There was a chalk bucket incident.
That's our last feeling, huh? He's like, what sort of shit show am I coming to?
That was actually my first and only tournament in Florida.
He said, I'm never coming back.
I'm never coming back. Forget this. Buckets flying everywhere.
I'm really looking forward to coming back down. And I mean, plus, I mean, it's freaking cold here. So I'm really looking forward to Florida. But, you know, kind of to set expectations a little bit. I mean, nothing would make me happier than to test 10 guys and give out 10 certifications. At the USAF Nationals last year, I tested 10 guys and gave out 4 certifications is all.
Ooh,
So
y'all better be tight, dude. Y'all better study up.
That's right. This isn't like I just want guys to have the appropriate expectation.
Yeah, no, dude, that's
if you're not there, we're gonna get you there, but you don't just get a certification.
You guys know how you guys have to pass. We need 10 of you guys to pass.
How about like a study guide? Like where can you find?
He has a website, armrefs.com. It has all the rules for all the federations. He is testing you on WAF. It's important, guys. Go to his site. He built a site just for this shit. You go right on Armrefs with an S. Is that correct, Luke?
armrefs.com.
And it's on WAF ruling?
Yep.
Yeah, if you go to the rules and protocols page, you will find several different rule sets. You'll find IFA, USAA, USAF, WAF, and UAL.
You know what won't find? Florida.
FAL.
They're all
FAL.
And then there's also an entire section on there of tips and tricks on how to be a better ref that, a dozen or more years ago, guys like Leonard Harkless, Keith Michelle, Bob Koschel, rest his soul, Dave Hicks, Rick Pickney from Canada. These guys all sat around after a world tournament and brainstormed ideas on what to write down to help other refs become good refs. And they've been gracious enough to share that with me. And I formatted it on the site. So there's all those tips and tricks on there. A lot of that we'll cover in the seminar, but it's great to start understanding this stuff.
This sounds like
Let me
an
ask you-
advantage if they check your site out.
Yeah, Luke, let me ask you a question. I've seen you, referee some high level matches, and I've personally seen some pretty decent wars. How do you find yourself when you've got two just freaking wired, adrenaline jacked out freaking monsters battling back? Like, what's your time frame on your personal allowance of, okay, enough of the shit, this is where I'm centering you? How much time do you kind of allot pass by before you kind of just take the reins and you're enough of this, this is how this is going to go down?
Yeah, well, the rules tell you 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to get a grip. And I'm going to adhere to that pretty well, unless it is just so wildly obvious that these two guys are not going to get a grip. They don't want to get a grip. Nothing. Then I'm going to take it to a referee's grip. But in that 30 seconds, as soon as their hands touch, I'm talking to them. I'm starting to reach in. I'm letting them know I'm there and that they need to get their grip set, right? I mean, hey, hold your fingers. Let's square our wrists. I'm talking to them right away in that effort to maintain control at the table.
Now, what's the
answer your
difference? I've
question?
noticed, the one thing that I have noticed though, in a lot of the setups, the head ref will be the only one kind of dictating. It's only every so often you'll see the down ref kind of reach in to help with the extra control. Why isn't that more of a standard? Because I've noticed in a lot of the matches, even though the head ref is, doing what he can to maintain, both athletes, from, forcing pressure, loading up, off centering, it's only every so often that you'll see the secondary ref kind of step in, hold each other, hold them in place. What would it take for that to become more of a standard? Because I feel that's a missing gap.
Yeah, the only time the down referee gets involved in the grip at the table is in a referee's grip. And his only purpose is to help feel for wrist movement in setting the referee's grip.
Understood.
Otherwise, that is the job of the head referee.
Gotcha.
So guys, we have five spots left.
That's you right there.
Hey, I'm on the phone.
In the
What's
referee.
that?
I didn't hear you talking.
Hi.
Sorry.
No, you're not, but it's okay.
Yeah, like Luke said, hey guys, get involved. You guys can get the call just to go to a tournament, get some paid travel, get something out of it essentially. And you're adding to your resume for free. This train doesn't come around very often. I recommend I imagine it's going to fill up. We've got.
Who do you sign up with, you or Chance?
Either
So
one.
you're signing up.
Yeah, so people are just reserving it with us in our private messages. So I've got
Well, I'm gonna
our
put-
FAL guys, and I've just
I'm gonna
taken.
put in a reserve, but can I maybe let us in open reserve? Honestly, if someone else hit the 17th spot, if I'm not there, obviously, I would rather them be able to do it, but I would like to say that I want to try to be able to make it there for this.
I mean, that shouldn't
But
be
it's
an
gonna
issue.
be okay.
Yeah, and guys, hey, so are you you're sticking around? I assume you're hanging out at the tournament. What is your involvement? Are you just hanging out on the live stream? Are you refereeing? What's going on with you, Luke, in the event?
To the best of my knowledge, from what Chance and I have talked about, I'm either going to be actively reffing with the newer certified refs to work with them on the tables, or at a minimum up on the tables, watching them ref and helping them as they go. I imagine some of that will depend on how big a turnout it is. If because it's now an East-West qualifier, if there's a huge turnout and we need to get through it, I would assume that I'll end up as a head ref on one of the tables to get matches through quicker. And potentially I may even throw my arm on the table and take a Florida title home.
That's what I want to hear.
Luke told me Luke told me he's walking through 176s with ease. We don't have anyone for him here.
Well, that might be true, unless George steps it up or Max shows up very light. But I think there's
the likelihood of me making 176 by February is a little rough as well. So I think they're safe.
That's like me. Hey,
Thank God.
in
Matt,
Florida,
okay.
are possible. I once pulled 198's weighing 233.
No, not anymore, Brandon.
This
How
was
much did
like-
that cost?
And Max might have an okay hook, but he doesn't have a hook that can touch me.
Ouch.
Oh, I
How
like
did
it.
you do that day at Europa when you came down? You had to be in the class I was in.
Yeah, I ended up second to a guy. I don't
Ryan
remember
Taylor?
who. Yes, yep. And then a month later, I beat Ryan like a redheaded stepchild.
All right. I knew I was going to lose the tournament anyways because I fouled out to him, but I wasn't moving him off center. So I knew it wasn't my day. I was just curious if you stopped him.
That was actually my very first event where I weighed in under 200 pounds ever.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, because before I was always a big fat kid, and I had finally fixed my nutrition and got down, and I had to do a little cut yet for that tournament, but that was my very first 198 event.
That's like some video I seen on Arm TV of Tim Lewis. He was fat as hell. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
realize it. Now he's fucking Superman. But I was just like, who is this guy? Yeah, man, this is gonna be huge. One more spot. We got about 4 spots left. I imagine when I wake up in the morning, this is a wrap. But shoot me a message, guys. Get involved. This is your chance. You can make some money. You can just use us to raise your clout, to build your resume. That's fine too. Even if you don't want to referee for the FAL, we'll still let you come to our seminar for free, get certified. This is just something we're providing back to everybody. So
Yeah,
and
guys,
like you sorry.
No, I was just going to say for those of you that end up really, to a level enjoying reffing and get good at it. I mean, I've reffed in 4 countries and all over the US. It's made me a substantially better arm wrestler. I mean, I still prefer to compete versus ref, but man, reffing has taken me a lot of places. So it's worth getting good at if you have a desire to do it.
here's another thing, guys. There are no refs. It is a very small pool of competition for you. Becoming a good referee, there are a lot of opportunities. As you can see right now, we need refs. There aren't enough good refs. So it's something that's only going to help you. I mean, there's everywhere you go, if you're there, they're going to throw you a few bucks just to ref. So
There are only 4 international master referees in the United States.
tell us who they are.
Leonard Harkless, who is, nobody really argues the best ref on the planet.
Yes,
Keith Michelle. Yep. Keith Michelle, who I would say is right there. Myself and a newly ordained international master referee in Mr. Sean Hancock, IFA international certified referee as of IFA Worlds this last fall.
Okay, nice. That's a solid 4 group of guys. Those are considered our 4 top referees in the United States.
The only way to become an internationally certified referee is to attend the world championships for that organization and pass the certification. And trust me when I tell you, the test we put you through in Florida doesn't even drop you
We almost heard what you said.
He's speaking blasphemy against us, guys. I cut him out.
Luke, you're cutting out pretty bad. We can't really hear you.
So what he's telling you is it's probably a shit ton harder. Guys, if he tested 10 guys and only 4 passed, man, dude, y'all got to step it up. We're paying a good bit to get him out here. We would love to get the maximum amount for the state. It's kind of sucks if we take it half-ass and we only get 1 or 2 guys certified. That's okay. It is what it is. But we want to capitalize on this opportunity. It's not every day that lines up in the budget where that's just a give back. So
Yeah, I mean, shoot, since I've started coming to the events, nothing like this has been offered, and it's only been, what, 1.5 years, 2 years. So that's a leaps and bounds of a difference from 2 years ago to now. It says a lot for what you guys are pushing for. And
Yeah, y'all been stuck with me reffing for the past 1.5 years.
yeah, I think
Trent called me a pin. I was 4 inches away from the damn pin pad. Horrible.
It was less than 4 inches.
Trent.
It was an early call. I admit that.
So, I mean, it's going to be big, dude. I ultimately know we got a couple guys that are going to kill it because they're taking this shit serious. But remember, the guys that do the best, you are hired on board. If you want the opportunity, you can work all the FAL events. You can make some money. It includes a couple things. So we are, we're pretty much looking to use the very best refs. So this is the chance to come on out here. We easily just went with what we had. Again, what's the fun in that? We're just refining this product, every little thing that we can. So it's going to be a good time. We got anyone in the chat here? You got the chat handled. Yeah. So guys, we got about 4 spots left. We are going to cap it off at 16. Because, Luke is out here doing a flat fee and essentially he's giving back too. So make sure you guys definitely appreciate that, but we can't have him out here for 8 hours just testing, guys. That's just so that we can only use a few of them. So we're going to limit it to 16. We've got 11 or 12 of the spots already reserved. I don't know if Chance has taken any.
No, I haven't as of yet,
Yes.
except for myself.
Gotcha. And I got you down already, but
Maggie said she might be interested too. That way she can boss the guys around. So you might see
That's
her
awesome.
getting certified.
he already does
And you
that.
do actually have you have another certified ref in the state now. Chris Chandler is a senior ref.
Is he?
Yes.
Under-
USAA certified senior.
Okay.
And nobody's bullying him around.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all some of the people that are reserving the spot. We got Wiz asked to reserve the spot. Robert Kelly wants to attend the seminar. Marcus Gwynn, David Rutherford, Billy Mills, Mark Minch, Dylan Cobb, Trent, Chance Shaw, a couple others.
Matt Baez.
We got Matt Baez as a maybe. But guys, quick. And again, we're going to use the best 6, but
I think David Rutherford, did you mention him?
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
This is good, man. I mean, we were going to go from not having any real refs to pick from to having a dedicated crew of ideally, everybody or almost everybody to some level of certification. So it's a big deal. I think Chance just had, he has Tim Talmadge. Was that happening or?
Yeah. So Tim Talmadge is gonna be here. He'll be one of the head refs during the event itself. So he'll be head reffing. If Luke ends up head reffing, then we have 2 certified referees. So all the guys that have just qualified, they can ref with someone who's reffed the highest level events as a certified referee and get comfortable and get corrected where they need to and get a lot of experience with someone, of a high caliber. So both Luke and Tim.
You got enough
That's excellent.
tables for the event?
I'm sorry.
How many tables are you guys going to be running for the event?
The plan is to run 2 tables. If it gets crazy, we have a 3rd table that we can run, but it'll most likely be 2.
Remember, guys, amateur and pro are completely separate blocks. So all these we will not have at 2:00. There will be no more amateurs. So we can probably run just 2 tables and kill it. It won't take too long to just run through the pro class 2 tables. We got a pretty efficient system. We're killing it on Corey Miller's brackets. All you guys' brackets and wins have been uploaded instantly. As soon as we submit that bracket, it's online the next day.
One really important thing to keep everything running smooth, guys, is make sure you show up during weigh-ins. You sign your paperwork during weigh-ins. Do not come up to me, Brandon, Maggie, anyone in the middle of a class asking if you can get added. It's not going to happen. We got to keep things tight knit. We got to keep everything professional. So show up during weigh-ins, get your paperwork during weigh-ins in. We'll put you in the class. It won't be an issue, but we can't do a bunch of late entries like we usually do.
Do I have the green light to bring my table to have it posted up on the side for, intermediate pulling in between? No extra table pulls.
No.
Okay.
No, and this is going to be a much more professional environment than that.
Understood.
We will have 1 table out there for everybody to warm up, but it'll be one of the FAL official tables.
Gotcha.
Hey, Brandon, David Rutherford's got a quick question. He said, if you're already USA certified junior, will this seminar potentially improve your certification from junior to regular?
I believe we're getting certified.
If you do better, absolutely.
But would he be certified USAA, or this certification would be USAF? Or
this certification can be USAF and USAA. I'm credentialed to certify both.
okay, so essentially you're going to be certified in one, the other, or both.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Robert Kelly asked, do you have to wear a shirt for the seminar? Yes.
Jersey is required.
Jersey
is that even a question
for the seminar?
Right.
There's no topless reffing.
I'm kidding.
there used to be, not anymore.
We have some FAL ref jerseys. I believe so. Chance, we do, right?
Yeah,
we have some FAL ref jerseys. And it's going to be as official as we can. I mean, there's not much more we can do other than hope people take it serious. Check out his armrefs.com website. This guy's pretty much giving you the study guide to pass the test he's going to give you. It's got all the rules. It's got this. I haven't personally been to the site, but if he built a site tailored just to this, you guys need to hop on here. I would check it out, take it serious. We're investing in you. Invest back in us a little bit and try to kill this thing. If the best case scenario is that we get a ton of certified refs. If that happens, we have a great pool to pick from, and it's not just slim pickings, right? If it's slim pickings, we got to take what we got. If we get 10 guys, suddenly now we can pick the best of the best. The quality is raised. And that's the whole goal of this, right? We're trying to bring credibility, but we're also trying to raise the quality and raise the bar up just a little bit at a time. But yeah, anyone else got any other questions in the chat before we wrap it up? We got the man on here right now. He has all the answers. I have no answers for you guys. So you're all going to ask me stuff tomorrow. Ask it right now. Yeah, other than that, everybody thinks, Chance, you better destroy Bowen 6-0. Is this? I tried to bet on you. It was sold out like a minute after it went up.
I know.
You bet all the money on yourself, didn't you?
No, I didn't put a penny on myself.
Brandon, Wiz had one question. He said, what's the highest certification we could potentially attain from this course?
Master, and the likelihood of it happening is almost 0.
Perfect.
There's nobody in the state of Florida that knows enough.
Just putting more stress on me at this point. More stress on me. But okay.
Hey, but it's so you're telling me there's a chance.
Luke,
And
correct me
that's
if
one of
I'm
the things we'll talk about during the seminar too, is a lot of people don't understand the difference between, senior and master. And there's actually a certification in between those now, which is advanced senior, which is fantastic because there is a ton of distance between a good senior and a master referee. And when you really get down and dig into it, there's 45 master referees in the world. So, that is a very elite club of refereeing.
And how many master refs are there in the United States?
So international masters, there's 4. There's a few organizations that will have a master. UAL has a couple of masters. USAF, I believe, has a master that's not actually a WAF master. So there's probably another 4 or 5 masters that aren't international, but just a national master.
Yeah, it's a small circle, huh?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so guys, realistically, senior ref, I believe, is going to be the highest level a lot of people here are going to be able to attain. And again, he's not giving this out to anybody. This dude takes pride in this. If it was me, you could just throw me another $20. I will give you a certificate. He doesn't operate like that. So he's just, you're going to have to earn it. So before we get started, this first event's going to be mega. It's East versus West qualifier, and it's the very first one. Everyone should attend this. If you fail at this one, you can go to another one, but you can't go back in time. So there's only 6. You probably want to hit the first one and see where you're at. That being said, it's in Spring Hill, Florida. It's going to be at Pro Gear Gym. Shout out to our sponsors: Pro Gear, Eclipse Tattoo, Do It Yourself Pest Control, Alpha Whiskey Arm Wrestling, Arm Shark Handles, a ton of other people. We're working on more and more stuff every day. If you want to get involved with FAL, if you got something that you can contribute to us, comment down below, message us something. And you got anything else to add to this, Chance? Anything we talked about that we're missing?
No, I don't think so. I think we've covered it all. Just make sure, again, reach out to Brandon or I if you want a spot. It's open to the public. So even if you're coming from out of town and you want to get certified, I mean, there's no issue with that either. Just hit one of us up. There's only 4 spots left, so they'll probably be filled by the morning. So if you're watching this tomorrow, reach out, but they're probably gone. Other than that, no, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already, to stay up to date with everything. Brandon is going live nightly. I hop on here periodically, and anyone is welcome. But every single night, we're going to drop small updates, small pieces of information, talk about the upcoming events. It's really exciting stuff. Yeah, I guess that's it.
How far away are we from a little sneak peek of our awards?
We're not too far away. Hopefully in the next couple days, we'll be able to share some of that.
Oh, guys, I want to show you guys the awards.
Nice.
Everybody that ordered your jerseys, your pre-orders, your hood, everything, it should all be shipping out in about 10 to 14 days. It's all going to be coming. We'll be getting it out to you. The replica jerseys. Is anyone wearing what do you got on right there? You got a real jersey on. The dry fit jersey styles, they'll be here in about 3 or 4 days. That represents about 10 to 15 of you guys. I will get all that out ASAP as it comes. We're shipping it out. But every single person will have every single thing by February 4th. If you didn't want shipping, it's all available to pick up. I know there's been a couple questions about it. Hit the merch shop, check it out on the Facebook page. There's all sorts of crazy stuff, custom straps. I mean, all sorts of stuff. FAL handles, crazy stuff. We got new stuff, multi-spinner coming out. I can tell you a million things all day, but check it out and subscribe to the channel. All right, y'all have a good one. Thank you for coming on, Luke.
Yep. Thanks for having me,
Appreciate
guys.
you,
I'll
Luke.
see you soon.
Hey, y'all fellas.